Welcome back to another episode where I'm going to talk for a while about how legality does not mean that something is a good idea to do. Not all things that are permissible are good. So let's talk some specific examples. Why is it not always good? So let's talk with a really easy example. I am well within my legal rights to say in private company anything I want about anyone. So long as it's not in a public space, I can say whatever I want. I can talk behind people's backs all I want. That's not illegal. Gossip is perfectly allowable. Is it a good thing to do? Most people would say no. I would agree with most people on this one. You know, like, yeah, you can talk about people behind their back. There's no law that's going to prevent you from doing that. But does that make it a good thing to do? Getting blackout drunk is not illegal unless you do it and then drive. But just getting blackout drunk in your home, completely legal. Is it a good thing to do? See, when you put it in those terms, everyone agrees that, oh yeah, I guess there are, you know, times where that's the way it works. But you'll still see people arguing things from a legal perspective. When I say what someone's doing is wrong, I'm not saying it's illegal. Those are two different statements, but so often you see people treat them as the same, and you see this happening across a bunch of different conversations. Another one you see it in pretty commonly is in talking about, you know, a lot of times if you say, you know, it's really creepy that X guy is going for a girl that's, you know, 10 years younger than him or whatever. You know, it's really weird. It's really creepy that 30-year-old is dating that 18-year-old, or in some states that 17-year-old, or in others that 16-year-old. And, you know, whatever the age of consent is wherever you live. And they're right. That is creepy. But you'll hear people argue back that, hey, it's not illegal. Like, yeah, I didn't say it was. I said it was wrong. That's two different statements. Those are not the same thing. Just because something is legal doesn't make it good. Doesn't make it right. Morality and legality are not the same thing, and they shouldn't be. Morality, ethicality, and legality all function differently, and they all operate differently. And they should. That's good, actually. You want them to operate differently in society. Because not everyone's going to agree on what's moral. So what's legal is like a bottom of the barrel benchmark, you know? It's what is the minimum that we're going to expect you to do. That's what legal should be philosophically. It should be what are you allowed to do because you doing it won't cause anyone any harm. That's what's legal is. It's the bubble of you doing this won't harm anyone, so you're fine to do it. Like that's what it means for something to be legal. It means that it's not going to harm anyone, so you're allowed to do it. That's, from a philosophical standpoint, that's what it should be. It's not always. Sometimes ethical or moral things will be made into law, particularly if there's something that everyone alive at the time agreed with, or a significant portion of the population at the time, or among those in power agreed with. But we're not going to talk about that right now, because that's a whole nother topic. But what matters is that what's legal is a bare minimum standard. It does not decide what's right and wrong. That's not the point. What's right and wrong is for the decision of people. People get to decide what's right and wrong for them, what's right and wrong for them to do, and they do get to decide however they want on that. And then the people around them get to decide whether what they did was just so wrong that they can't stand to be around them anymore. When someone becomes an alcoholic and people distance themselves from that person, that's what you're watching happen. That process of the people around them using their right to decide, I can't be with someone who's going to act like this. I can't stay near you because of what you're doing. And we do the same thing to companies. Now, it feels weird to do it to companies because, well, we're more used to doing it to people. For example, we've all had a friend who we stopped talking to because they were a jerk. You know who they are, and there's a decent chance they know who they are, to be honest. But they're people that you stopped talking to, you actively stopped hanging out with, started avoiding, because they weren't a good person. Because they did something that probably wasn't illegal, but definitely wasn't something that you thought was good. Something you thought was wrong, something that irked you enough that you don't want to talk to them at all anymore. And we do the same thing to businesses. This is what's happened with small businesses for a long time. It's why many small businesses used to have the motto of the customer's always right, and it's why big businesses often have that motto too, although big businesses often take it too far. But hey, that's a whole nother topic. But and we all understand it when it comes to these contexts, but still, if you talk about certain things, people will just forget all of this. And like, let's remember that, no, I mean the drink a stamina potion there. That this, what I just described, is something you do in your daily life every single day. I guarantee it. There's absolutely 0% chance that you do not spend time every single day doing this. You actively evaluate actions, whether you realize it or not, or whether they are right or wrong, and whether you should keep interacting with people. And that's good, actually. It's really important. In fact, and a lot of times in society, we don't do it enough. For example, there are a lot of places in society where we don't do it with family, or where it's frowned upon to do that with family. And for the record, that's wrong. That's another topic. But if a family member is abusive or, generally terrible in some major way, it is absolutely okay to just tell them to go jump off a cliff. Or at least to jump right out of your life. And that's completely fine. And that should be normalized as something completely fine, because abusive people don't deserve to be in your life. And that should not be arguable. That's just true. That should just be a true statement everywhere, all the time. Should never not be true. That's one of those statements that's true 100% of the time. It's one of the few statements that's true 100% of the time. That's a small list. But anyway, so the way to think about it is that legality is the bare minimum. And then we as a society decide what the other things are. And the reason we do it this way is because law changes too slowly. It's too inflexible. Whereas public opinion can change really fast, and that's a good thing most of the time. Like, a lot of the time, that morality on a society-wide basis can change quickly is a good thing. It's important. It's good for that to advance quickly, because when we start dealing with some, you know, terrible thing about society, we want that resolution to be really quick on the societal level. Like, the law resolution's always going to be slow, and we can't really fix that because, well, law systems should be slow to change just because of the other things you need them to be. Just because of the way you need them to function overall, they have to be relatively slow to change. Also, yeah, I'm really feeling that I am running out of stamina potions. You know, it's really slowing me down on some of these enemies. Like, that statue dog took like at least twice as long as it would have otherwise. At least I'm restocking my revival powders. That's actually really nice. I'm really glad about that. Because it means that if I save this one stamina potion, I might not have to go to a shop. Come on. You're gonna die of the poison. You know what? I'm just gonna let you die to the poison, jerk face. But yeah, I'm really not sure where else to go with that. That's just ethical and moral understandings change. And that's good. That usually means progress, or we certainly hope it does. And you have to allow for a more stable legal system because, well, the law can't change every time public opinion does. It just can't. It needs to be more stable than that. People need more well-defined boundaries than that. Really unfortunate that I haven't gotten the poison on the statue dog. That's just really unlucky, you know? I've hit it quite a few times at this point. Also, I'm gonna make sure to keep the statue dog between me and... Also, hey, it suddenly decided that it was coming after me. So I got poison on you, so let me get poison on you now. You know, just let that other one die to the poison while I fight this one. I did not realize he had a shield bash attack. That very nearly hit me just because I didn't know it did it. Anyway, there we go. And neither of them gets back up. They both know to stay down when I'm around. Smart decision. Anyway, let's go through these chests, get a key, hope for a stamina drink. That'd be really nice. No, okay. Well, what about you, other chest? Oh, you're a king mimic. I like how I didn't even have to open it to know that. I was just so certain. I was just so certain already that it was a king mimic. I didn't even think about the possibility that didn't exist in my mind. It was just so obviously a king mimic. Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, they're different and they should be. So if you ever catch yourself making that argument that legality, that because something is legal, it's good to do, it's right to do, or it's okay to do, that's not what legal means. What legal means is that no one is being harmed enough for us to bother outlawing. That's what legal means. That's all legal means. That there was never a big enough push against whatever is being done for it to be outlawed, and that's a pretty low bar. That is well below good or okay to do. Like, good and okay to do are both well above that. Anyway, on to the next floor. And man, I'm going through floors slow this episode because of my not having stamina drinks, so I think I'm gonna do one more floor, cut the episode, and then go get stamina drinks and prepare for the last episode, the confrontation with the Black Knight himself. Assuming that these mimics don't kill me. That'd be kind of funny. Honestly, that'd be a really funny way to end the series, just die to a mimic and just end the episode there. Just never post another episode of Dark Cloud again. It'd be funny. Hey, Joker, would you mind dying? Okay, Joker, you can go ahead and die now. Thanks. Hey, statue dog. How's it going? This is sad, honestly. Just watching statue dog slowly die from poison. Like, I'm trying to make it quick, but like, it's too durable. Can't do it. I don't have the damage. Gosh darn it. What is it about their projectile that makes it harder to dodge? Because I've noticed I just get hit by it a lot. I'm not sure what it is. That's what it is. Okay. It's how fast, it's how, so I usually use the sound effect as my clue for when I should be, you know, getting ready for one of those. And it doesn't actually play before they fire it. It plays as they fire it. Which means that it's practically already to me by the time they finish. By the time the sound effect finishes, it's practically already on me. That's just different from most. Okay, easy. Next episode will probably be pretty short, so the finale will be surprisingly short for a finale. Usually my finales are longer. This won't be one of those, just because, well, what would I make it longer for? The reason it won't be as long is just because I won't have as much to do. I don't know. I'm rambling a little bit right now. Yeah, because I'll just have floors 98, 99, and the Black Knight left. So, you know, there just won't be a whole lot there, especially since I'll have restocked, so I'll be able to use stamina drinks again. Although maybe the Black Knight will turn out to be super strong or something, but bosses in Dark Cloud games tend to be easier than the regular enemies. In my experience, while I haven't fought the Black Knight before, I don't imagine that the Black Knight will be any different. Anyway, that's all for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.